Back with Marty Biron. Marty, you love using the goals saved above expectation stat when you're talking about goalies. Essentially, the higher the number, the more the saves he's making on shots you don't expect a normal goalie to stop. Bobrovsky's 4.23 mark in Game 1 was the best game by any goalie in these playoffs so far. What can the Oilers do to make sure that doesn't happen again?
Well, there's a couple of things I think the Oilers can do. Number one, we all know that the book on Sergei Bobrovsky is to shoot high. He has a very short paddle. His hands are really low to the ice. So if you have an opportunity, you got to shoot on the upper part of the net. I know it's a little easier said than done, but when you look at the 38 goals that Sergei Bobrovsky's given up in the playoffs this year, 31 of them were elevated shots. Now, it could be just a foot off the ice, but 22 of the 38 are in the top third of the net. So, yeah, you look at 3-4 feet high, you go right under the bar. That's exactly what the Oilers have to do, and that's what, Barclay Goodrow did in the conference final. Lafreniere was able to do. That's how you beat Sergei Bobrovsky, is elevating the shots when you have a clear shot on the goaltender. And the number two is on the power play. Try to get some shots from the middle. Evan Bouchard at the point. I know that the Rangers tried to go low on Bobrovsky. He's so good low to the ice, moving laterally. You can't beat him that way, and the Oilers tried that in Game 1 as well. So go back to Bouchard for the shot deflection screen. That is another part of Bobrovsky that if you have a book on him, these are the types of shots that he has trouble with.
The Oilers know what they have to do. Now they just got to go out and do it. On the flip side, Stuart Skinner to allow a goal on the first shot he's faced in a game for the 11th time this season. Marty, is that just a fluke and bad luck, or do you see an issue here?
Well, listen, Gino, I was notorious for giving up first shot on first goal and first shot when I was in juniors and then again in the National Hockey League. I tried to change my approach, right? My preparation, seeing if something was going to click that was not allowing that. But you know what? I found that was sometimes not just on me. That was on the team. How are we starting games? You look at Game 1, that nice pass across to Verhaeghe is a really nice goal. Somebody's got to do a better job on the back check or not allowing that pass. But also on Skinner, I think he makes that save later in games, right? I think he doesn't have the same energy, the same pop early in games that he's shown later in games, and especially in his lateral movement. So personally, you have to take ownership and say, I'm going to come up with more energy, better energy, quickness right from the start. But it's not just on Skinner. It's also on the team. That's anyway what I used to tell myself. And I feel like I grew out of it later in my career. But early in my career, it was definitely a sore spot for me.
At the other end of the ice, Bobrovsky is the first goalie since Jonathan Quick in 2012 to allow 2 goals or less in 11 of 12 playoff starts. No surprise, when he did it back in 2012, the Kings won the Cup and he won the Conn Smythe.